And we are live? Yes, we are live. Woo! Welcome to the Virtually Rek't Podcast, Season 2, Episode 17. I would like to introduce my esteemed colleagues, IndieVR.
Hello. How are you?
And Power on VR.
Hello.
So we have to start with the traditional Rekin Krew introduction, which is, Indy, what are you drinking and what have you been playing?
Today I am on the traditional high-value water called Sucker, because I'm a sucker for drinking water.
Exactly.
What have I been playing? Nothing. Population 1 a couple of times and Demio a couple of times. That is it. I had some games to stream, but that didn't work out. That's another subject we can talk about later.
Yeah. Okay.
Intriguing.
So, Shuey, because you are drinking. So what are you drinking and what you've been playing?
So tonight I have two nice little cheeky ones. I've got a little peachy from Tiny Rebel, and sticking with the Tiny Rebel brand, I have a Pineapple Express IPA. So that's what we're jumping on tonight. I'm gonna. Which one do I crack first? They're both 6.2%. I'm going to go with the pineapple. So what have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of oldies but goldies. Still jumping into
Vampires.
Yeah, no, I have been playing a lot of Vampire still, especially when I worked out that it was on my bloody mobile. Jesus Christ, that has been destroying my work ethic. It's because it's just so easy to play once you know how to do everything on the phone with it. It's anyway, doesn't matter. So what I have been playing VR wise, I've been playing a lot of Pavlov, because I'm a competitive son of a bitch, and Mac will know why I've been playing a lot of Pavlov.
Yes.
So yeah, just getting those headshots down, playing a lot of gun game, playing a lot of team deathmatch, just to really solidify, who's gonna fucking rock the world of what's happening this week. But I'm not.
So we have an NDA.
Yes.
And there's a lot of big YouTubers have NDAs. So we can't talk about it, but I know why you've been practicing Pavlov.
Yes, so expect to hear more at some point soon. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. I played a little bit of Walkabout. I tried out very, 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 very briefly, and I'm going to have to try and remember what the game is even called. That's how briefly I played it today. I'll quickly check that. It is called... Fuck me, I can't even remember. Under Pressure.
All right, okay.
Pressure.
I've never heard of that.
Deep inside of me. Anyway, so Under Pressure is a pressure washing simulator in VR.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, it's so good and addictive. It's so much fun. So I have a couple of keys for that I'm going to be giving out. Not sure tonight or some point soon. In order to come play with me, because it's multiplayer. And it's pretty damn fun. And it's on Steam VR. So PC VR people. Might be something you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I've been playing? I jumped back into... God damn it, I'm really struggling with names. What is... Assassin-y bow game on Quest. It's
In
also...
Death Unchained.
In Death Unchained. I jumped back into there to realise how terrible I am at that game nowadays. Because I was just like, oh, it's just going to be like riding a fucking bike. And then I jump back in and I'm like, I cannot hit anything. This is ridiculous. But here's the thing. I genuinely believe that Quest 3's version, or playing it on the Quest 3, is harder. I'm struggling to get... Because usually when you're playing in Death Unchained, you draw back to a certain position, right? If you learn that position, then it speeds up your gameplay.
Yeah.
The problem is that I know that position and I still remember that position. My Quest 3 does not pick up tracking of that position with the controllers.
All right, okay.
And that's obviously a really big problem for that game. So I don't know whether or not In Death Unchained actually has a future with Quest 3. If I would like to hear other people's ideas, whether they've tried it, and tell me that I'm wrong. I would love to hear that I'm wrong and that I'm doing something wrong. That would be good.
Silver
But
tongue devil.
otherwise,
Maybe you're getting old.
yeah.
Are you getting old?
Oh, definitely. But nothing compared to certain other people on this podcast. You know.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what I've been playing, as well as a bit of Contractors, and I have yet to jump it back into Pop 1. I kind of want to play some Pop 1. I haven't played Pop 1 since they released like the big maps update where they made it so that you could make your own shit. So mainly because that didn't really appeal to me for some reason.
Yeah, they've basically gotten rid of the map that has evolving a map and the Metro and that. They put the old original map in for some, I don't fucking know why, and it's just boring. They've got Metro Duos, which is fun, but yeah, they got rid of the for now anyway. But I don't enjoy playing that map because we played for so many hours like back in the day. It's not like we got sick of that map like 6 months before the new one came out, maybe even more. So I wish they would bring back the other map.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was actually thinking to myself today, that's one that I really want to jump back in for.
Metro
try it
Duos
on the Quest 3.
Metro Duos it's good. It's a good Mac. You like it as well, right? Have you done Duos?
I loved it. I loved it, mate. That's
Have you done Metro?
I think
Power on. You have, right? No, we played in Metro. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Metro.
Yeah, we've played
as in Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played Metro. I haven't played Duos.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are you starting work early tomorrow?
I'm not. I'm actually. I'm away for 2 days as of 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
I am taking the kids to the Halloween event at Legoland.
Woo!
Which is going to be sick. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Legoland. It's got lots of Lego. I'm a big fan of Lego.
You said Lego a few times in that sentence, so I think you might be a fan.
Sponsored by Lego.
Yeah.
It's like it's a huge money pit for me, and not for my spending. It's a huge money pit because my wife's spending on Lego. Like, if you ever enter our house, nearly all of the decorations in the house are made of Lego. Like, all of our flower arrangements are all Lego flower arrangements.
So have you played the Lego game in AR yet then?
I haven't. I need to. It's
I've heard it's really good. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard it's really good.
But yeah, no, we'll speak about mixed reality in a bit because I want to in depth that shit.
So, Mac, what have you been playing and what have you been
Mac,
drinking?
what are you drinking? What have you been playing?
Oh, that's nice of you to ask me.
You
I
attention
forgot the
whore,
format for a minute. I forgot what we start the fucking podcast with.
I ask Indy, then I ask you, then you ask me. Okay, so in future, right? So I'm drinking a nice Pinot Grigio, which has been quite nicely. It's got a green label, so it's quite cool because it's been green screened out. So last week, I think before the podcast, I played a lot of Genotype. So we were involved in Genotype from quite an early stage, weren't we? We got approached by RJ from Bulwark Games, and he was oh Christ Almighty, I've forgotten what he did. Is he the marketing guy? I think he's the marketing guy.
He is. Yeah,
he's the marketing
and social.
Yeah, so he was a lovely fellow, and he sort of asked us to give our opinions, and we got early access to a very, very early beta version of the game, and I had massive concerns. It just wasn't particularly good. Even up to like the final sort of alpha, I still had concerns. I remember talking to Indy off screen before we did a podcast once, and I was like, "Oh my god, I hope this game's going to be better than the last alpha because, you know, we had a good relationship with RJ." But anyway, the final release, wow, they absolutely knocked it out the park. It's a great game. Lasts you about 7 or 8 hours, depending on how you play. Looks good, plays well, good fun, innovative guns, good puzzles, loads and loads of collectibles. I like a collectible.
Perfect time to plug your review.
Yes, go and watch my review, and I've also got a referral code, so you can get 25% off.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's great. Bulwark knocked it out the park. So They've done a few updates since. I'm hoping they're going to add a game plus so I can go back and play with your fully upgraded guns and maybe harder enemies. They listened to the creators who said, yeah, it was great, but you need to do A, B, C. So they think they're going to go back and do some stuff. What else have I been playing? I've been playing Half-Life Alyx on my new PC using my MetaQuest 3, but we're going to talk about that later. First things we'd like to talk about is Mr. Hysterical and his Pimax Crystal review.
Hysterical is... I don't think that's warranted.
You were so hyper when you made that video, my friend. I could see your hands shaking when you were making that video. It was so good to watch because your enthusiasm was just off the charts. It was amazing.
It was a nice video to come back to.
Yeah, but it's had a backlash.
Yeah, it has, unfortunately. So, the video, right, for starters, I actually enjoyed making the video, which when it comes to hardware reviews, I don't really enjoy doing them that much. I'll do them because it's part of the channel, you know. I don't genuinely enjoy. There are obviously parts that I enjoy because I'm trying new tech and that's awesome. But a lot of the time, I'm just like, oh god, and put it off, and then I whiz through it, you know.
Yeah.
But this time, I almost threw this thing through a window. Like I almost picked it up and was just like, you know, no, fuck you, throw it through a window because it caused me such a headache for the first 48 to 72 hours that I had it. And then it started working, and then it was like the heavens had opened and the light had shone down and I was bathed in the glorious light of the Lord, and it was. You
don't know why it started working, do you? You still haven't figured it out.
No clue. No, absolutely no clue. I have no idea why it's working, why it wasn't working. I've tried like uninstalling the software afterwards just to see if I could tempt fate and see if it would stop working for some reason, but it hasn't. So yeah, I still don't know, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing it. I still pull it out to play PC VR bits and bobs. I've learned not to pull it out for shooters. I think I sort of mentioned it in the review video that it's not great for shooters because there's too much inertia.
Yeah.
It is a heavy bit of kit at the end of the day. It's not as heavy as a lot of people have sort of tried to shout it is, but it is relatively heavy at like between a kilogram and 1,200 grams. So like it is something to keep in mind. So yeah, I end the video by saying that if they were to take it away from me, or if it was to like break, whether I would buy another one, and I genuinely think I would, and I'm going to hold to that because I've enjoyed this so much playing with something that is just the picture quality is just so good. And maybe I wouldn't feel like that if I had played around with the index.
Yeah.
But I've never done that. Like my until I had the Quest 3 on, and this is going to lead into part of what I think about the Quest 3. The best thing I'd actually tried was the Pico. The Pico was the best PC VR headset that I'd actually like put on my head. And that works fine. You know, it works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it still. But here's the thing. One of the things I decided to do was, and this was part of the reason I think I actually enjoyed doing the review, is that I didn't go super heavy tech channel on it.
Yeah.
I wanted to go like more fit, like happy-go-lucky, feely kind of stuff. You know, I wanted. Because when you get a new bit of tech and it enters your house, I wanted to try and display that feeling of like this thing's fucking cool, and then not go into the and this bit of it runs at 17 degrees centigrade. If you go just 6 millimeters this way, it runs at 32 centigrade. How have they done that?
So, what can you tell me about the DP for the lens crystal lenses and yeah, that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Which DisplayPort model is it using? Is it 1.4 or
Yes.
1.37A? Like, I just couldn't be fucked.
Like,
and I said that.
The reason that Shuey's saying this is because as a content creator, you get these people in your comment sections and they write essays. They write fucking essays about the difference between this and this and this. And you're like, dude, I just said I thought the panels were really good compared to the Quest 2. That's my feeling. And that, I think, was what you were trying to portray in your review, wasn't it? You were like, I'm not going to go into the tech specs. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it.
The annoying thing is that after I finished editing it, I rendered it, and then I realized that after I had said I'm not going to go into the numbers, one of the next visuals is some of Pimax's own visuals that showed like some numbers, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go back and just write one sentence that says these are not my numbers, I don't give a fuck about them, and then I deleted that I don't give a fuck about them. But yeah, I got quite a bit of backlash. One of the ones that's still there is a really weird bit of backlash, which was like not having a go, but sort of criticizing me for the fact that I put my headset on like this.
Yeah, instead of that. Yeah.
Like that, right? Which, yeah, I agree, is the right way to do it. What most people don't have is this stuck on the back of their fucking head, right? That makes it real difficult to go like this and then pull it down. It doesn't work, right? If you're like my other two podcasting friends here, that is absolutely fine. You can do what the fuck you want. But I did decide to reply to him and be like, dude, people do what the fuck they want, man. Yeah. Like, don't worry about it.
Quility said shave it off.
No. I like my hair. You'll notice that my beard. You might notice. I'm not sure. My beard's looking awfully thicker these days because I'm growing it. I'm going to make it big and beefy, and because the wife likes a bit of rough, you know. And anyway,
if I try and grow a beard after about 7 days, my wife stops having sex with me. So that's why I'm clean shaven.
We're the exact opposite way round. If I shave it off, that's 7 months of no sex.
Where's the best part about not being married is my hand doesn't discriminate.
Pamela.
Fucking hell. Oh, Christ. That one.
It's just gone downhill. It's just gone downhill.
So, yeah, some of the other things, some comments have been like removed for some reason. Not that I've removed them. I don't, unless someone's being an utter pillock, I don't remove comments. And it's only usually when they say something either homophobic or racist or something that is so inherently wrong that I think it's actually going to cause problems with people with just straight up truth. That I will remove. But genuinely, I tend to leave things. But a few YouTube comments have been removed, and I don't know why. That was a bit weird. But there have been other comments, like on Twitter, and I even got DMs being like, dude, why are you reviewing this high-end tech? You're obviously not a tech reviewer. Like, you didn't buy it. Why the hell have Pimax sent it to you?
Did you just tell him to fuck off, or?
No, I was like genuinely taken aback, and I sat there and like did the whole sort of Zen meditation thing on it for a good little like day or so, and I was like, I don't know why Pimax have sent it to me. It could have been anything. It could have been like that VR with Jasmine. Like maybe she just likes my channel or likes my vibe, and she pointed me out to them. Or maybe they themselves like my vibe. Or maybe it was a mistake and they just sent them out to any YouTuber that had over X amount of subs or something. Or maybe it was just like only blonde YouTubers. Like I don't
no baldies, no old baldies.
Yeah, they specifically don't like bald people, and they sent it to everybody that had like at least 8 inches of hair. Maybe that was their thing, right?
That's me and Indie.
But I'm glad they did, and I'm glad that like I'm actually being a little bit more recognized by some less mainstream companies. Because I wouldn't say Pimax are exactly mainstream, just because it is high-end hardware for a very specific group.
Very niche. Yeah, very niche.
So yeah, it's I don't care what people think at the end of the day. If I get some lucky shit, then great. Like, I'm super jealous of loads of things that everybody else does. Like, I'm crazy jealous of what Indy's doing in his life when, like, he's working in like real VR shit. You know, he's working in the real industry, and that's like, I'm super jealous of that. I'm super jealous of Mac and the fact that he's retired and he gets to run a YouTube channel via it. I'm super jealous that both of these twats were at fucking EGX and I went to a Blink 182 concert, even though I loved the Blink 182 concert. Like,
he needs a cuddle, Mac. He needs a cuddle.
I do. I really do. But my point is that I can only assume that these people, the sort of people that were being those bellends in the DMs, I can only assume that they are jealous. You know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, don't worry, little Timmy, they're just jealous of your braces. I have to assume that, like, there is some jealousy there, and I get it, you know, because when I started out on YouTube and things, like, seeing people get sent shit, that was like, why am I not being sent shit? And it's like, oh yeah, because no one knows who the fuck you are.
Can we not talk about the Pico 4 here?
Yeah, let's leave that one. We don't want to trigger back again.
I basically begged Pico I had contacts in Pico, and I begged them to send me a Pico 4. And 2 days before release, Shuey told me that he had a Pico 4 headset.
Good on you, Shuey.
And normally, so obviously I love my friends, and anything that happens to them, I'm super, super happy for them. But I actually went to bed and said to my wife, fucking Shuey's got a Pico 4, and they sent it to him. And she was like,
was that during sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're very rough tonight, dear.
she said,
oh gosh, there was a line. It turns out that this channel does have a line, and that might have been it.
That is the one and only time. Actually, no. When they sent you a Pimax, I also felt a bit jealous. That's the only time I've actually thought, what? Why? But you have to understand that, like, everybody lives in a big social media bubble. So all the big YouTubers who got their Quest 3s early, and like Mike, who got all of the Quest accessories, he got the charging dock, he got the Bobo VR M3, which we're not going to talk about at all because Bobo have completely fucked up in the UK.
God!
And you can't. Yes. And so you can live your life in jealousy if you want to. I choose to think these things happen for a reason. If somebody wants to send me something, I'm super appreciative. I mean, Kiwi Design have sent me loads of stuff. ProTube have sent me loads of stuff. Pico have been super generous with me, and I've no idea why. So you just got to think, right, it's just the way the world turns. You know, you get contacts here and other people get contacts there, and, you know, that's the way it happens. Like, how's your new chair, Indy?
Hate it.
You're going to go back to the sweaty ass broken chair that you had before then?
Yes. No.
Oh, what's that? What's that? That's not an M3, is it?
No, but this is.
Ooh, dude, superb. Have you not fitted it yet?
No, because right. Okay, so I have the retrofit kit.
Yeah.
And I have the official M3, right? I haven't fitted them yet because I was planning on doing a video, because I want to do a video to show it off, right?
Yeah.
And as it turns out, it's pretty. Apparently, it's relatively difficult to pull this apart.
Yeah, it is. So this was printed for me by Face.
Yeah.
This little bit here. So you have to pop this cap off, undo a screw, remove this plastic cap here, which is dodgy. Screw. You have to clip the little sort of printed part in. I'm guessing the adapter is identical. And it's quite brutal because you have to use a pry tool. You have to get you have to get physical.
I am giving this Quest 2 and all to a friend of mine because he can't afford to get into VR, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather just give it to him.
Yeah.
Like I don't need it now. I have a Quest 3. So I'm going to give him that, and I don't want to destroy the head strap because it's a really, really good head strap, and I'd rather him just have the best quality stuff that he can, even if it's old tech. So I'm not going to pull that apart, unfortunately. I'm just going to do a review of the head strap because I've also got the Zyber Elite strap to review as well. So I'm going to do them side by side.
Okay. Can you see Indy's eyes glazing over when we're talking about MetaQuest 3?
Yes. And that's completely understandable.
Would you like to talk about MetaQuest 3 then?
Me?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Indy. Why have you not bought a MetaQuest 3, or why are you not interested in MetaQuest 3?
I don't even know where to start.
Let's go back to the beginning. Woo.
Oh, just loads of unreliable shit. Controller drifting. 4 broken battery straps. Customer service shocking. What else? Always, every time I want to stream it, fucking pain in the arse. Had to wipe my headset. I was meant to stream a couple of games last week as they came out, basically, and I couldn't because I had problems with the streamer. Had to reset my headset, reinstall the streamer. Said I had this problem with VPNs and shit, which is bollocks. And it streamed for like 5-10 seconds and it will cut out. And yeah, I mean, I already said I wasn't going to get one, but last week, and I was just like, okay, I can't even stream Quest 2 games anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. So yeah, the only reason I'm not getting rid of it is because I need a backup headset.
Yeah.
In case of an emergency, I do need a backup headset. But yeah, I'm not going to get the Quest 3. I mean, look at all the problems that people had since the Quest 3 came out, especially the drifting and all that kind of stuff. And so many people said, I'm not going to get the Quest 3, blah, 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 because of these issues and that issues. And then everyone buys a Quest 3. So it's just like, I know people are invested in the ecosystem. So people are buying it. But what's to say it's not going to have the same issues with controller drift in a few months and everyone's going to get sent refurbished fucking controllers and stuff. And that's one thing that really surprised me. I was like, don't send me refurbished. I want a brand new thing. I only had this for like a month. And they're like, oh, it might be new. It might be refurbished. I was like, no, talk to the guys in the warehouse. Send me a new one. It was just bullshit. And with their customer services, I caught them out in so much bullshit. I just don't trust it at all. So yeah, I'm not going to get Quest 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 10.
Right, I'm the exact opposite to you. I think the Quest 3 is the best headset, the best budget headset that's been released ever. There, I've said it.
Nice.
I think the screens are amazing. So I'm a massive Pico advocate. The Pico 4 has been my main PC VR headset for a year since it released. I think the Pico headset is a great headset, and it's cheap. 350 quid for the 128 gig version. If you're just going to play PC VR, the Pico 4 is amazing. And if you're not interested in mixed reality, it's still the headset to buy. 350 quid. You need to buy a AMVR facial interface, which costs you about 20 quid to make it comfortable. The strap's okay. Battery life's okay. Good balance. The Quest 3. Wow. Now, I've had a journey over this past week because I've just upgraded my PC and I bought a Wi-Fi 6E router. And over the last 3 or 4 days, I've been playing Half-Life Alyx on a RTX 4080 using Wi-Fi 6E with the AV1 10-bit codec via virtual desktop. And it is absolutely fucking incredible. I have not been this blown away by anything since I played Lone Echo on my original Rift in 2016. It's a phenomenal headset. And the mix. I'm not even talking about the mixed reality because that's a separate subject. So that's how I feel about the Quest 3. This is now my main VR headset for PC VR and for standalone gaming. It's just, I think they've knocked it out the park. I really do think they've knocked it out the park. Shuey, how do you feel about it?
I am, and genuinely, right, this isn't planned. We came on half an hour, as we usually do, for our sort of brief to each other before the podcast. And we already knew that Serge was probably going to be down on the Quest, and that's fine. We get that. Like, it's not his bag, right? And I didn't know where Mac was sat on the Quest 3 question. And he was just like, yeah, no, I'm going to evangelize this essentially. And I was just like, do you know what? I'm kind of in the middle. I don't feel like I spent £600 on a headset that I am 100% happy with. And it's not like it's not the Quest's fault. I don't think it's like it's when you're splitting up with a girl that you've been dating for 3 weeks and you're just like, it's not me, it's not you,
yeah.
it's
my
me.
premature ejaculation.
Can I just say I'm not 100% happy with the Quest 3. Face sent me those printed adapters for the Bobo M2, and that, like, the comfort is much better. The Quest 3 after about an hour would really give me headaches. The facial interface is crap, but with the adapters you can understand how good those screens are. So, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not 100% on it. It needs work, but so did the Quest, and so did the Pico.
The Quest 3 really needs a facial interface buff because the light bleed from the nose cut is fucking terrible.
Awful.
The thing is, it's actually fine when you're using mixed reality because you can see everywhere anyway, so it just blends with the rest, and that's fine. You don't notice it, but the moment you go into VR, that's really jarring.
Yeah.
Like, it's like every single one of my headsets, whether it is stock or not, has some form of like blockage around here to try and reduce the fact. So I want to be immersed.
Really,
I want to be immersed.
Yeah, PlayStation 5 was really good.
However,
the light cover.
Yeah. It's really good. However, the Quest 3, like Max said something a bit earlier, I think Mad Max on Matt's channel. Not exactly not interested in standalone or the pass through. Pico 4 does everything I need for PC, and I agree. I agree for the most part. Yeah. I'm still really happy with how my Pico works for my PC VR. But
absolutely agree.
But the fact that you can do the mixed reality PC VR stuff is really good, man. It's real good on the Quest 3. It's definitely a step up from the Pico 4.
I sorry to interrupt. I met Clueless Dad Gamer at EGX. Hey Clueless, how you doing, mate? It was really nice to meet you, but you are completely and utterly wrong in that statement. So he said the pass-through on Quest 3 is not so good. It's grainy. It's not. If it's grainy, it's bad lighting.
Yes, this is what I was going to say because my studio has really bad lighting, except for like I'm quite well lit now, I think, but that's because I'm using specific lights for my face. To light my background, etc. But it's not good as like a bloom effect on the whole room. So consequently, my mixed reality is a little bit grainy. And if any of you saw my video that I released on Saturday, you'll notice that some of the quality of the mixed reality that I recorded was a little bit grainy. It is a light thing, I think.
So I'm going to say this straight away. If you are playing in mixed reality, you need to have the windows, the curtains up, your shutters up. You need as much light in your room as possible. You need to turn every single light you have on and mixed reality is absolutely amazing. So I'm not sort of saying to Clueless that he's wrong. I'm just saying if you have a problem with mixed reality, it is lighting, and that is the same as a green screen, which I have behind me there. It's the same with anything to do with tracking. If you have tracking problems, it's probably lighting, it's probably LEDs, it's probably this, that, and the other. Yeah. So, and as well, I would also like to say that the Quest 3, these controllers, they track so well. They track really, really well.
I miss my rings.
Yeah,
You were talking about
when I'm
yeah, go on.
No, go
Sorry.
go, Indy.
Were you talking about IDU on the Pico or the Quest earlier?
On the
3,
Quest.
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I miss the rings, but I don't miss them for anything except for when I'm taking a break or I'm picking up my phone. I still go to grab the ring with my finger. So that I can't do that, and it's not like I need some straps. I know that I can buy them. I'm not willing to pay £40 to Meta for what is essentially a piece. Like they want me to pay £40 for this, and I am not fucking willing. $39.99. That is an absolute rip-off.
That's Meta for you. Look what they did to the Pro users. Was it £55 for the light thing blocking thing for the Pro?
Yeah,
and it was just a piece of fucking silicon rubber. It was like shite.
Yeah, no, I'm not. They are price gouging on certain products of theirs, and that one is. I think that one's the one that bothers me the most.
So I folded and I bought the charging dock.
Yep.
Right. It was £130. Right.
Yeah.
£130, but it is super convenient. And it looks, if you have a display like me, I have these Kiwi design sort of displays for my headsets, and they cost about 45 quid. I think Quest have done an Apple here. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And all you do when you're finished is you just take your headset off and you go like that, and it goes, oop, beep. There you go, charging. There you go.
I'm not allowed to say what, but there may be a new product that you'll be interested in coming quite soon.
Do you have an NDA?
I have a very strict NDA on this one. It's probably the strictest NDA that I have ever signed in my life, and that's quite worrying. But yes, there will be a product that I think may well make you rethink your charging stand, but
okay,
we will see.
Was it from Amazon Mac? Did you get it from Amazon, your charging station?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So you got 26 days left. So Shuey, is it out in the next 26 days?
I can't say, and I genuinely don't know.
Right, so Shuey, can you DM me the contact then? Because I'm obviously out of
No, he's under NDA. He can't tell you.
I don't have the contacts.
I will.
No, I love it. I love it. I really do.
No. It looks great. And the thing is Kiwi brought one out for the Quest 2 about I don't know, about 6 to 8 months back. That genuinely was like my favorite product that they've ever released, and it was gorgeous and it felt really smooth and it had really nice like RGB lighting around it. And it looks very similar to that. But I unfortunately for me, it was too wide. It didn't quite fit in the Kallax unit, so I gave it to a friend.
Okay.
Even though it was 130. That, to be fair, that one was £130.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't buy it. Obviously, they sent it to me.
Well, you're a content creator. Why would you buy something? Oh fuck! I bought that. What a dick.
Yeah. Why would you buy anything except for Meta stuff, which we all have to buy?
I don't think Meta are ever going to send me anything because of all the shit I gave them about a year ago.
What if I? Banned. Okay, I'll make a bet here and now. £10 British that at some point within the next 2 years you'll be sending something from Meta.
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, no, okay. Everyone, there you go. Everyone has seen it. I am betting on Mac Getting something from Meta because I believe in him.
Thank you, but I'm taking that bet because I don't think they like me. They're gonna look back on my channel and go, "Oh, there's loads and loads of thumbnails of me going like Mark Zuckerberg."
I will.
I like that you think they have the effort to go back through someone's channel.
I'll send them the podcast, the toothpaste podcast, Mac.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite podcasts, the Neos. Oh, so what's happening with Neos? Because you've moved across now to a new.
Neos is new. There's
Resonite.
Neos 2.
It's called Resonite, and I haven't even checked it out yet. I need to move my studio over. I haven't had time.
You need to do that. You need to do those podcasts again because they were great. That one we did with who was it? Where he was banned from Facebook for being a 13-year-old.
His name begins with an S and ends with an X. Come on, Dementia Boy, you can do it.
Sex.
Skillex.
There you go.
Skillex.
He's still with us, Shuri. He's still with us.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What? Hang on. I must have missed something here. What's going on?
So, like, Indy has to explain the story of Neos because I was not that much involved.
Yeah, so Neos was like, they started getting into crypto and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know the story. This is all kind of jumbled up, my story, but they parted ways. And the main guy who or designed it, when he pulled from the VR realm to explain it, but he went and started his own thing called Resonite, as far as I know. And like, it's basically Neos, but better. And I need to move my studio over to there. So it's a whole other app.
There is an app to help you do that.
Yeah. That's that's fine. I can sort that out, but it's just when jump in and do it. Sorry?
I can't wait to chase Godzilla around as a tube of toothpaste again, because I showed that footage to my wife and she nearly pissed herself laughing.
Yeah, it's really good fun. I mean, I did one with Creeper Betty, and she pulled out the that massive spaceship. That was wicked, and I've got that now, so I can show it to you guys when you're in Neos next. But Neos is really cool. I just don't spend enough time in it. When I went in for that podcast, it was literally almost a year since I'd been in there.
I was going to say, because you had that whole sort of series of podcasts, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm working on
really
some
good.
other guests. So
you had Skeever on.
Yeah, Skeever was on. He's my first ever guest. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He hasn't had a lot of guests on there. He's had like 2/3 of the Virtually Rek't podcast on there.
I was just thinking that.
Oh. Who did you leave out, Indy?
Was it Mac? Was it Indy?
Oh, I know what it is. I need to interview myself. That's what I need to do, and quickly change avatars.
Mate, I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, mate, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. Like, I'm more than happy to jump on. I've never been in Neos. I've been needing to get into there for fucking ages, or Neos or Resonite or whatever.
Yeah, man. If you just say when, mate. You need like 2 hours for the podcast, really, just to be safe, and then up to from 1 hour to 10 hours of fucking around and having a laugh with shit. There's so much cool stuff you can do in there.
So Mindy's just Nindy's just said we should do the next podcast on Neos as our avatars.
The next one might be a bit soon, but we could do one soon. I'd be well up for that.
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Here's the problem with Neos, as far as I know. You can't read your YouTube chat. You can't. There's no way of doing it. But I can ask Paul to see if that's something they've implemented into Resonite.
Yeah,
because I know you can check your Twitch chat.
Surely you can put OCR over it, right? OVR.
OVR.
I mean,
OVR.
I remember going to Paul's studio and being absolutely fucking blown away because he was like, "Oh yeah, while we're doing this and being interviewed, you can do." And he was like changing backgrounds as we were talking. There was like things warping in and out. It was crazy good.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, it's
and my avatar was like me with glasses on, with bald head and wearing a blue shirt, and he was like a furry, and I was like, I feel so outdated.
Yeah, Paul's spent so much time in there. Like, I don't even want to look how much time he spent in Resonite. I mean, his studio, a few hundred hours, I reckon. He was in there constantly doing stuff to it. And he's actually transferred it all over and stuff. I do need to meet him. He keeps saying, get in here. So I'll have to sort it out with him. Hopefully it's like the same-ish as Neos, like everything, the interface. I mean, hopefully he's better. But like, I don't want if it's too new, then I'm like, oh shit, how do I do a podcast? So yeah, I'd have to speak to him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
I was going to do a meetup and go to the big screen thing in there, but
Cinema,
it's disappeared. But who knows? Resonite might have it. Oh, yeah, probably change the name.
Okay, can we move on to a new subject, or are we still talking about?
I don't remember what we were talking about.
MetaQuest 3.
No, I'm happy to move on from MetaQuest 3. Like everyone and their mum has already got theirs, and like we've all got different opinions on it. At the end of the day, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to keep it. I'm still going to do stuff with it, and I really hope that the mixed reality stuff is great. The only thing I will say is that mixed reality on the whole is pretty poor if you've only got a very small space to play in. So
yeah, I mean, Mac,
I would like, okay. The final thing about MetaQuest 3, though I am going to talk about it later as well, is I was most excited about mixed reality because I had early access to Drop Dead the Cabin's Home Invasion. It has issues, but all right. So the initial introduction to mixed reality is the little rocket. When you go into your meta sort of space when you first start with MetaQuest 3.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife has never, ever done any VR, which is quite surprising considering I've been a YouTube content creator for 3 years and I've been into VR for like 7 years. So she'd never done any mixed reality. So I thought, well, the easiest way to do it is with the MetaQuest 3, the sweet spot on the MetaQuest 3 is massive. So you don't have to like say to people, "Oh, we have to make sure the headset is and make sure that it's like because you just put it on and it's like fucking clear as day," which is one of the things I love about it. Same as the Pico 4, the sweet spot is massive. This thing here, fucking sweet spot is tiny, and it takes you fucking. And if you move your head, or you touch that bloody IPD adjuster on the top there because you're putting your headset on.
I've never actually touched
design.
it. Like, I didn't realize that was a thing until you mentioned it. I didn't even notice. Like, I've never touched it. So
it's fucking stupid. Design decisions.
Yeah.
Anybody that worked on the PSVR 2, you never ever spoke to anybody that actually puts a headset on because you grab it by both sides and you put it on your head and your fingers naturally just twiddle away. And then your IPD goes and you think, why is it so fucking cross-eyed? Anyway. So the sweet spot on the Quest 3 and the sweet spot on the Pico 4 are massive. So you can just basically put the headset on, tighten the headset up, and it's like fucking great. So I gave it to my wife, and I said, right, you need to try this. I didn't tell her what to do. She put the headset on. I said, right, point at the rocket. And she did. And the mixed reality thing starts. So I'm in the Mac cave. And the little rocket landed perfectly on the ground in front of her. She was like, oh, this is great. And then what happens is the walls pop out in your space and these little tribble things start coming in. You get a gun, you have to shoot at them. So bearing in mind, my wife had never, ever experienced VR. She was like, oh. And she, after the whole experience, she said, that was amazing. And that's going to get people into VR. So if you have a MetaQuest 3 and you have friends around your house, show them that.
Oh, I did. The first thing I did was show them that.
But it's, like I said, my wife has never done VR, and she was like, I didn't have to explain anything. I didn't have to tell her what to do. She was just like, oh, all the walls burst open. All these little tribbles. Oh, I've got a gun. Pew, pew, pew. And I just didn't say anything, and she was just away. And I was like, so my opinion on mixed reality at the moment is it's a gimmick. But virtual reality was a gimmick 7 years ago. Now it's growing into, we're going to get Asgard's Wrath 2. We're going to get Assassin's Creed Nexus. Big proper games that are going to have proper experiences. So I think that mixed reality, being able to see your surroundings and play a video game. I've played Synth Riders. I'm under NDA for the Drop Dead the Cabin stuff. But it's great. I've played Les Mills Body Combat. I've done the First Steps sort of thing, which has mixed reality in. It's amazing.
You should play Beat Saber in mixed reality. It's really good.
I didn't realize
it doesn't have an official mode. It doesn't have an official mode, but you can play it through virtual desktop with the mixed reality stuff, pass through stuff. It works really, really well.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx doesn't.
No, I can't imagine it does at all.
But no, I'm really excited for mixed reality. So the Pico 4 does mixed reality, but doesn't have a depth sensor, so it's not very good. That thing, on the other hand, anybody that has a Quest Pro, sorry, that's better and it costs a lot less. God.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be getting one. Even if I did have one, I wouldn't be able to stream because all this shit that's going on with my whole setup. I'll just wait for the whenever, what's it called?
Deckard.
Yeah, even if it's in a year or whatever, I'm just gonna wait for that. I'm not fussed with the mixed reality stuff because I don't feel like I never experienced it. I had the chance to experience it. Max brought his Quest 3 to my house.
I brought my
and I told him
down.
Don't bring that fucking thing through my door. And
I walked through the door. And my bag actually stopped at the door, and I was like, "You have to invite me in, like a vampire. You have to invite me in." He was like,
"No, but yeah, I'm happy with what I've got. I don't really, not spending any more money on VR stuff until the new Deckard comes out, which might be ages, but I'm still using the Valve. I'm happy with it. It still does everything I needed to. No virtual desktop, games that are testing games and like things like that. It's better to have a wire, basically. It's just easier to do things. But I do have the Quest 2 still. Yeah.
I disagree fundamentally.
Yeah, I've played games with virtual desktop, tested them, and there's loads of issues. So with a wire, it just works straight away.
In your setup, 100%. I get it.
But I've never had problems running virtual. I understand, like, because obviously you're IndieVR and you do a lot of indie games, that they don't implement virtual desktop well. But mainstream stuff, I think I honestly disagree with you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about mainstream.
Fundamentally.
I'm talking about.
Sorry?
I'm talking about games I've tested
Streaming.
And stuff. Yeah, no, playing games. Like if I have a game like from that's being made and it's on virtual desktop, I can never. Maybe it's just my whole fucking setup. That's why nothing works with the Quest 2.
It'd be interesting to take
my
headset round and just try it on your setup and see how it runs. Because I'm not saying it's the headset. I would just like to test,
Yeah. I don't know. Like
I reckon it's all that porn you're downloading 24/7. It's just macking out your bandwidth, mate.
Dwarf porn.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all I've had is issues with the Quest 2 the virtual desktop does work. Like when I play most games it works. But I've had problems with it, and I've had to just plug in the index, and it's like, fuck, I can't be fucking around with it. So,
yeah, okay. So, I mean, I think that's the difference between me and Indy is that I've been a virtual desktop evangelist for like 4 years. So maybe it's just I don't know. It's not even a setup issue because virtual desktop is really easy to set up. I had an index, and I've said many times on this podcast, I really regret selling my index because that is a fucking good headset. But I just dislike the wire so much. And now with the Quest 3 and virtual desktop having the AV1 10-bit codec and with a decent graphics card, I think that outperforms index by some margin. Like, Mac, I'm not just talking about a small margin.
There's no sound in your stream, apparently.
Oh, is there not?
That's pretty awkward.
No,
Okay.
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. On my
Hang on.
OBS, it's
What
fine.
happened to the Index Wi-Fi module?
It was
that
it's
got-
like 5. Wasn't it like out? It's like 500, 600 quid. Is that actually out now?
Nofio, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Is it Nofio? Is
available.
it?
Yeah, Nofio. It's like a Y gig with a battery. 4 years too late, in my opinion. Sorry, but I mean, so I'm not disagreeing with Indy because obviously he's my friend and I love him. I had an Index, I loved it, but I think you need to try a Meta Quest 2, 3, with virtual desktop on a decent system. I think there's something maybe wrong with what you're doing. I'm not 100% sure. We'd have to.
I think next time you're here, you need to have a look. I've followed all your videos to the fucking T, and I've just fucking had enough of the amount of hours I've spent tinkering and fucking around with the Quest 2, trying to get shit to work. I'm not talking about virtual desktop. I'm just talking about in general. Every time I'm on a stream,
Okay.
I've got to wipe the fucking thing, and now I've done everything and it doesn't work.
No, I can't find somewhere to buy that fucking Nofio. I straight up cannot find anywhere to buy it legit. So I was like, I might just buy Indie one just to see what it's like. But then you told me it was 500 quid. I thought it was gonna be like 120, and I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking buy it for him. And then like I'm gonna be like, now who likes wireless, motherfucker?
Throw some of your Pico money at him. Woo, woo, woo! Like
That's gone, mate. That's gone. No, I've spent a lot of that on coming back to the channel.
Yeah. I've got. So people ask in the chat. I've got a dedicated router. I've had it set up for years. For ages. I've done all of the Mac and VR tutorials. I've tinkered, and I've just come to the point where it's like I waste so much time. Like I wanted to stream last week, and it was just spent 3 hours, and I was just like, I'm done. Like, yeah.
Okay, let's move on because we've been dawdling too much, and we actually have some proper topics that we do need to cover. Mac, actually, Indy, which do you want to cover? What's the next one? What most interests you?
I think we should talk about.
I didn't ask you.
Okay, sorry. I think we should talk about Sherpa Tenzing's.
I like how he says sorry and keeps fucking talking.
This is the me show.
I am the main character.
Oh, someone did mention it. Let's just talk about the new chair that I bought for £300 from. I've forgotten the make. What was the make, Mac?
Look behind you.
3.
The mobile network service in the UK. That's where he bought it from.
3.
E.
3 or E? Oh, is it 3 or E, Mac? Or is it a W or an M?
I'm going to drive down to your house. I'm going to take that fucking chair off you. Normally I would catch the train, right? But I didn't. It takes me like 3 hours to get to Indy's house on the train. But I didn't. I drove down and it took me 5.5 hours. And with that fucking chair in the back, rattling around like a twat. And you can't even remember what the company's name is called.
What is the number? What is the name?
Brazen Esports Pro Gaming Chair. I think that's the Venom.
Yeah.
How is it?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really comfortable, you know. It was worth the money I spent on it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
Would you recommend it for the retail price that you paid for it?
Yes, if you paid what I paid for it, it's definitely worth buying.
Thank you, Brazen. I hope you're watching this podcast. The whole idea of taking the chair down to Indy was that he would do a review that you would then have more publicity and then be able to sell more chairs. So if you're watching Brazen, that is the Brazen Esports Venom gaming chair that Indie has, which they kindly provided for me, and I decided to pass on to my good friend because
Thank you, sir.
I love him.
Right,
do
so
love him.
It's a very good
Mac,
chair.
how did you feel about it compared to the secret lab that you're currently sat on and didn't get rid of?
What's his
Okay,
review?
so one of the reasons I didn't get rid of it is because this is a birthday present off my wife, right? This chair costs £470, I think, and it is super comfortable. It has an adjustable lumbar support. The arms are adjustable. Everything's adjustable. The only thing I don't like is this.
Yeah, mine does that.
Right. Well, the Venom Esports doesn't do that. The Venom Esports costs £200 if you use my referral link, which if you watch my video, you'll be able to use my referral link. It's £229 normally, and it is almost as good as a Secret Labs. It's like there's a few quality issues which I wasn't happy about, but as you know, a gaming chair goes, it's absolutely amazing. It's comfortable. It has the adjustments that you need. I didn't like the lumbar cushion, which I think you actually put on your.
It's now your wine drinking stool.
I was going to say you put it on your stool, but that sounds really bad because it makes it sound like you actually just put it on a shite that you've had somewhere. But
There's
you
an
actually
idea.
put it on a bar stool behind you, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, it's quite comfortable. We actually, you sat on your bed and I watched The Irishman on the stool. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's dead comfortable. It's a great chair. English company as well, UK based. Very, very, very good quality chairs. So yeah,
I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of mine for anything else. I'm so unbelievably happy with this.
I'm so
I have
invested in
been
my Secret
like
Lab.
solidly for a year now. I've been happy. I'm not going back.
No, I can't get rid of this because my wife bought it for me, and also I will not get rid of it because it's fucking great chair. There you go.
I've had a problem. My thing went flying.
Oh yeah, because it's magnetic, and sometimes you're like,
Yeah, I tried to push it over and it didn't quite unclip, and then just went. Shoom.
right. So
Yeah, so not Mac, not Mac. No,
Okay, sorry.
Indy, choose a topic that.
Pico 4 is no longer alive.
Yeah, Pico 4's dead.
Yeah,
Pico
100%
is dead.
dead.
So
Next subject.
Let's move on to the weather. Come.
This appeared a couple of days ago. There's somebody I follow on Twitter, and they posted that basically ByteDance were going to phase Pico out. Now I'm quite disturbed about that because, as people know who watch the podcast, myself and Shui, and to a lesser extent Indy, who's been down to Pico HQ but was a little bit more blasé about it, we're quite invested in the Pico ecosystem. So I got onto my contacts at Pico and said, what the fuck's going on? And they all said, it's bullshit. And it turns out it's bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
It's bullshit.
So it was a company. No, I say company. It was let's call them a company. They're a research and investment company that provides first-hand insights into China's technology, consumer, healthcare, and automotive markets. And they are called Equal Ocean, which I think is a garbage name. But even if we ignore the fact that it's a garbage name, they reported specifically that Pico is dead, it's no more, that basically ByteDance, they specifically said that ByteDance was set to gradually abandon the Pico business, that they weren't very good at hardware, and that they were moving in the same direction as the rest of their stuff, which is software-based, such as TikTok. And as it turns out, that was bollocks. So apparently it was sent. So apparently this guy, the person in charge of Pico, whoever that is, was sent to Singapore to report to ByteDance founder and CEO Zhang. Oh God, I'm gonna fuck this up. Zhang Yiming, possibly. Maintaining Pico's performance in the past few years has not met expectations, and there is no hope for the future. Like, who the fuck goes to ByteDance's CEO and uses the words "there's no hope for the future"? Absolutely
Right, so
fucking not.
I've got a small insight here. I was supposed to meet Kenny, who is the CEO of Pico, at EGX on Saturday, and the meeting was cancelled because he went to China to speak to ByteDance. There
Oh,
you go. And
interesting.
it's bollocks. Everything that's been reported is fucking bollocks. Because all the people I know from Pico have just said it was just a meeting between two CEOs. Because the guy who owns Pico, they were bought out by ByteDance because, and what a lot of people don't realize is that Pico's bigger than Meta in Asia. They're huge.
Yeah.
They are huge.
So that we're clear, there is a very good reason why Pico is bigger than Meta in Asia, and it has definitely nothing to do with the fact that the Chinese government has banned the selling of Meta products in their country of 1 billion people.
I'd also like to point out that the US has banned the sales of Pico headsets in the US.
If you can't play with my toy, then I'm not going to let you play with your toys.
So what we have here is Pico are trying to expand into the European and US market because they're massive in the Asian market. They've got a foothold in the European market, which is about 8% compared to Meta's 75%. But you know, this is how business works. They can't move into the US market because of the problems with the ByteDance congressional meeting hearings where they have problems with Chinese security. They were supposed to, I know. They were supposed to launch in America a couple of months ago, but they couldn't because of these meetings that were going on at congressional level. So it's a kind of, you can't sell Meta in China, so you can't sell Pico in the US.
But the Congress never ever is bought out by CEOs of different companies and lobbyists. They're very fair people. They would never, ever have someone from Meta telling them what to do because, you know, they have integrity. They would never, ever allow them to pay them off to stop the sale of a rival product. They would never have anything to do with antitrust problems, would they?
Absolutely not. And I do agree with that statement there. And I wonder how Mark Zuckerberg would respond to that particular statement. Yes, basically it's, you can't do this, so we can't do that. It's just bullshit. The Americans are worried about Chinese security. The Chinese are worried about American security. Never the twain shall meet. Will Pico ever go on sale in the US? I don't know.
It will eventually, but not for the Pico 4's lifespan.
No. And Meta will probably never sell into the Chinese market until Pico 4 or whatever the thing does.
Oh no, I don't think that Meta will ever sell into the Chinese market so long as the current Chinese government continues to rule.
Or Mike Zuckerberg is still alive.
Or that, yeah. But here's a question. Right, an alternative history question. Do we think, assuming that Pico was still bought by ByteDance at the same point in history that it was, but TikTok had come around at roughly the same time as the advent of Facebook, do we think that that Pico would have a much greater, not dominance necessarily, but market share of the XR market?
Indie?
If it came at the same time as Facebook?
Yeah, if TikTok and Facebook were like growing together.
Yeah. I think so, man. Like, Facebook's been around for a very long time. We don't know what year, but I think TikTok hasn't, compared to Facebook, right? When was TikTok established?
I want to say 2015, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. And Facebook was way before then. So I think they would.
But I think
I'm going to check that.
I think we have this thing at the moment where Facebook is doing this and TikTok is doing that. So they're kind of, because speaking to people at Pico, they said that TikTok just has money and they can just throw money at stuff.
No.
Yeah.
This is important. Like that, Pico essentially have an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Or at least it feels that way from our perspective.
Okay, Weeble says 2016 for TikTok, sorry.
Yeah, well, no, I just looked it up, Weeble. Although TikTok wasn't released in 2016, it was released slightly later, but Douyin, which is the TikTok, the Chinese equivalent of TikTok, was launched in 2016. You are correct.
Okay.
But as you have to bear in mind, they are two separate things. Like Douyin in China, for instance, is a very different animal to TikTok. And actually, it seems to be a net benefit despite the propaganda machine that runs through it.
So me and you can actually speak categorically about the difference between Pico in Europe and Pico in China, because we've had the experience of live streaming on the Pico platform. So if you have a Pico headset and you go onto the Pico video app, you will see some weird shit. That's all I can describe it as.
Well, you shouldn't see it anymore, but yes.
No, it's still there. It's still going.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rob streamed the other day.
Oh, I meant the weird shit.
Oh, no. Right, no. So when you first go on the Pico video app, it says, we do not support sexual content, blah, 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 blah. And it is all basically young Asian women doing really weird stuff, either dancing or singing or doing the Japanese cup and ball woman was my favorite. She just basically sits there doing the cup and ball along. And then you have the fat American dude doing the
techno dance. Yeah.
Oh my God. And I was like live streaming against him thinking,
and he was destroying us.
I was like getting 2,000-3,000 views a month, and he was like 2,000-3,000 views on every stream. And I'm like, should I just stand up and do this?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, that's what we should have done.
Try it your next stream.
Yeah. No, I might just do that on YouTube. Like, why not? I'll get like a Borat mankini. Yeah. And I'll just twerk on stream to techno music.
How about,
of course, it'll be copyright free techno music.
Naked Punjabi stream. That'd be great. Like, people are tuning
Punjabi
for
techno.
That.
There you go. New genre of music. I'm sure it exists.
I tell you what, there is some really, really good Punjabi black metal music that is coming out at the moment, and it is actually genuinely fantastic.
Yeah. I have no idea. Never heard it.
Oh, mate, I'll show you some. It is a delight. I'm pretty sure they were at a Download Festival this year. But yeah.
We have gone so off topic.
Yeah.
Right, Pico is dead. Pico is not dead.
Bullshit.
If you have a look at Road to VR, they did a rundown today about how it is complete bullshit. Specifically that ByteDance has since disavowed the reports telling China's Financial Associated Press the news was untrue and that Pico is operating normally and the company would invest in the XR business in the long term. The thing is, if you shove a bunch of money into something, it doesn't matter whether you have unlimited money or not. If you shove a bunch of money into something, yes, if it's failing, you should cut it. But as far as they're concerned, Pico isn't failing. So why shut it down?
Yeah, exactly. Right, so games. Can we talk about Ghostbusters? Just briefly.
No, because no one's allowed to, Mac. Because if we were allowed to, then they would have already had a bunch of us creators. Not me specifically, because Ghostbusters is Sony, right?
Yeah.
So if Ghostbusters is Sony, because I remember at EGX last year, not this year, so 2022, we spoke to fuck me, I can't remember his name.
Yes. And we were like, tell us. Tell us. And he was like, no.
No, and he was like, if you want to even get keys, you can't speak to the publishing company, who is, oh fuck me, they publish Little Cities, and this is really going to bother me. They're really nice people.
Not End Dreams.
Yeah, End Dreams.
There you go.
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, you need to speak. You can't speak directly. You can't speak to us. You've got to speak directly to Sony to get anything, because it's their IP. And I was just like, oh great, that knocks us out then, because they're used to dealing with the likes of, the PS5 streamers that are way up there and stuff like that. And it's like, that's fine, I'm not going to get one. But the fact that they haven't given anyone a key is I would say that is very telling.
Right, so Nathy did a video. He got access about 8 weeks ago, and he did a video, and he was very critical. So he's probably not getting the key either. Doesn't matter how you feel about Nathy. I know that there are certain individuals in this podcast who don't like him and use a certain word, but which we are not going to repeat.
So that we're clear, I have got nothing against Nathy. Right, I'll come out and say it, right? I don't particularly enjoy Nathy's content. It's got nothing to do with him. It's got nothing to do with the quality of the content. I don't know what it is. It's just not. He's not on my top 10 VR list, right? And sorry, Nathy, if you ever watch this, I don't imagine you do, my dude. You're probably a really cool guy. I would love to meet you in person. It'd be sick to talk to you. I just don't. In the same way that you're probably not going to like my content, man. Your format just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, you can say that I'm sucking him off, man. I will be 100% true and real to everyone that asks me. I don't watch stuff that I don't find entertaining, and I don't find his stuff particularly entertaining.
I watch Nathy because he gets exclusives.
Yeah, and that's more for me.
Channel.
Yeah, that's more for me. I should be watching it in the same way that I should probably watch more of Mike's stuff. And I love Mike's stuff. I don't watch as much of it because I spend most of my time watching stuff from Gamertag, who I really enjoy. And I watch stuff I go back and rewatch indies streams that I miss, and I go back and I watch your stuff. And that doesn't leave a whole great deal of time in the fucking day. So I have to end up.
The last time I met Mike was at Soul Assembly down in Stratford upon Avon. Or should I say, the one and only time I met Mike.
I was going to say, yeah. Yeah.
And I walked into the room and I was like, fuck, that's Mike. And I was like, what am I doing here? No, I was totally starstruck. But to be honest, Mike is exactly as he is in these videos. He's a lovely, lovely, super guy who's just really, really accessible and really, really lovely. I do believe he's also done a video on Ghostbusters. I don't know whether this is just my brain.
I think you went there.
Making that connection.
I think you went there, I think.
I think he was like...
And Jasmine went to go and play it as well, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there was over 4 or 8 of them that were all wearing Ghostbusters specially made kits.
Yeah.
Which I was incredibly jealous about.
It was, oh my God, the girl who does the Beat Saber stuff. Not Nazy, it was Otterly.
Oh, also Worldly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
I love her stuff. Her stuff is so funny, man. Her stuff where she's not actually just doing Beat Saber, because honestly, I'm quite over Beat Saber videos at this point. But her stuff that isn't just Beat Saber stuff, I love her content. Her content is great.
Yeah. So I think I think that Ghostbusters is going to be one of those games where it releases and people are going to go, no, this is bad. From what Nathy said in his quite extensive playthrough, he was like, it's generic and boring, and it doesn't capture the joy of the Ghostbusters films, which obviously I'm a child of those times. And I remember being excited about those films, and he was just like, I was excited, and then when what's her name, Ruth Bram, did the intro to the Ghostbusters, and we were doing the overview, and we both lost our shit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Remember? Wow. Yeah, and then she got into Ecto 1 and she drove away. We were like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. But I think I'm more excited about Assassin's Creed because the buzz I'm getting from Assassin's Creed is like, yeah, they've really nailed it.
Yeah, because it's an adult game, whereas Ghostbusters, from what I've seen and from what people have said so far, it's a family game, and that's not a bad thing. Like Walkabout Mini Golf is a family game, but I'm not going to go out and spend 40 quid on a family game. I'm going to go out and spend $7.99 on Walkabout Mini Golf. So unless it has a particularly good story, or a compelling story at least, or it has like some form of challenge that has me coming back on a regular basis, and I don't mean daily, I mean like weekly or monthly even, that's fine. Or it has a particularly good multiplayer system that really makes me want to connect with my friends on there. I think this is going to be a flop, and I think this is going to maybe even end up being similar to Nerf.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was I would prefer it to be more like After the Fall, where you can just go back and grind with your friends, because I mean we played a lot of After the Fall, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like as a foursome.
Yeah, Indie did. Jesus.
Tassos, Fitz. We all played. Who was that Russian twat? We had to fuck off in the end.
I can't even remember what his name was, man.
Mr. Program.
Oh man, yeah,
Mr. Program.
Yeah.
HB Program. Jesus Christ, what a.
Anyway,
he was a great player, but what an absolute twat. Right, so yes.
Yeah, we all knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I saw you guys did a live stream of the trailer and you guys were going fucking mental. And I was like, it's a fucking trailer. I mean, I love Ghostbusters. I grew up in the same kind of time period. But then some gameplay and stuff like that. And I was just like, I knew from the beginning it wasn't going to be all that.
Here's the thing though. Am I going to buy it? Yes. And why am I going to go and buy it? Because I loved Ghostbusters as a kid. And my kids both love Ghostbusters. And my wife doesn't play VR, so she doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm going to buy it because I want to play co-op with my friends. And more importantly, like my son and my daughter.
In a VR context, your wife doesn't matter. I just like
just so that we're clear.
To see a fist come in the side of the screen.
Love you, Mrs. Shuey.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Fuck no. I've been stung so many times, like recently with on the PS games.
Oh God.
So and I saw from the beginning, and what I've seen, it's just like no.
You're going to mention Crossfire, aren't you?
I'm not going to mention any fucking names. If you watch my channel, you know. I mean Crossfire, yeah. I mean they made it kind of, they fixed it kind of, right? But it was too late with the
it was too late.
It was too late.
Yeah.
It was too late. And I know other people love Firewall. I didn't get on with it.
No, I have to say here, I'm a big fan of Crossfire. It was a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time playing with Tassos.
I still haven't done multiplayer.
We really did have a lot of fun. We had a great time. I mean, we spent about 8 hours on stream playing Crossfire co-op, and me and Tass had a great time. It's not perfect. It's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but it is fun when you play with your friends, and I think that's the most important thing. It's just fun. One of the comments I got on the stream the other day when we were playing Onward is, "I love your Italian friend," and I didn't want to correct them.
I genuinely thought he was Italian when I first met him.
Tassos, if you're out there, virtual hug. He's the most wonderful man in the whole world. I hope I get a chance to meet him when I go to Greece. I do.
I'm sure you will.
I'm planning on a trip there next year. That is on the list of things. I want to go over there and go and see him, and because I've never been to Greece either. So I want to go and see how the Greeks live.
Oh, Weebles just made a good comment actually. He says Aspire 2 in mixed reality looks good. I've got access, and yeah, I haven't played it yet. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, just doing mixed reality stuff, and I'm really excited for Aspire. Though me and Indie played quite a lot, and it was crap when it launched. It was
It was a comedy stream.
crap.
It was
Well,
a comedy stream. It wasn't meant to be, but it turned into a.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Here's Aspire 2. It's a multiplayer. Oh no, sorry, it's a co-op game, but you can't talk to the person you're playing with.
Yeah. Oh, and then they made a joke of it when they finally got round to doing it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was
Assholes.
pretty dire. Anyway,
It's pretty
so
bad.
So you guys
What
are gonna
else?
get Ghostbusters in.
yeah,
Yeah.
I am gonna get it, but I don't expect to be wowed by it.
Yeah, I mean I've said that about the other two games I mentioned, and I wasn't wowed, and it's just like if you already know I'm not going to be wowed, so I'm just going to avoid it.
Yeah.
And I can play
I'm yeah.
fucking walkabout of my friends, like you mentioned, instead of
Yeah,
being
exactly.
Or Phasmophobia.
Okay, so this
Or
is a great
Phasmophobia,
this is a great example here. So there's a game called Rotten Apple, which Indie's very, very invested in. It's an indie game, and we've done how many streams? 3, I think, on Rotten Apple?
Yeah.
I think 3, yeah. And the last one, we actually broke the world record for getting further than anybody else had ever done. And we're going to do that again on Thursday with
You
Face.
can't nuzzle the mic, you prick.
Yeah, Mac.
Sorry, I've got a friend that's come to join us.
Pussy! We love pussy.
Sorry.
Yes,
Yes,
we're
that's
playing it
name's
again
Bill.
on. Hey, Bill Gates.
No,
so
it's Bill, and his brother is out there, and he's called Ted.
Oh, I can see his
Cool.
ass. Yes. Yeah. So we're playing that again on Thursday. Now that isn't a big mainstream game, but with friends, it is a huge amount of fun. That day we played with Fitz and Walking Dead. When we broke the record, I think we streamed for 4 hours, didn't we? In the end, we had to give up because we were all knackered.
Yeah, it does take you out of you. It goes mental. It's just non-stop zombies. What you doing, Shui? What are you doing
I can see your tail.
on Thursday?
Thursday, I'm not allowed to say what I'm doing on Thursday.
NDA. Okay, that's fine.
Fuck.
Well, no, to be fair, that's not until the evening. That's not until like 7-ish,
Serge,
somewhere
I
around
can't.
there. So I'm free during the day on Thursday.
I'm also free during the day on Thursday, Serge, because I've just realised that something is happening on Thursday night.
Yes, Mac. Yes, it is. Mac's going to have his ass handed to him repeatedly.
So you're not playing on Thursday?
Practicing. I can't do. I've just fucking remembered. I can't do Thursday night. I can do Thursday day.
Is it that group that we're in? Is to do with that?
It's
Okay, this is ridiculous at this point. You are
Yes,
a prick.
sorry.
You are a tiny little black prick. I love you.
completely
though.
forgot. There's I've got something else on Thursday night.
Is
So
it
Thursday
something
day-
that you two know about, or is it something I know about as well?
No, this isn't something you know about.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other thing. We're talking in Goat. It's like Sopranos. the little guy
It's
or the
like-
small guy with the nose.
There's NDAs and NDAs.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other thing. Okay, no, that's cool. All right, so
I'm
you're
intrigued now. I want to know what the other thing is.
out.
But not on stream. You can tell me later.
Yeah.
Or not, because it's an NDA. You definitely won't tell me.
Right. So Mac's out then. Okay.
Sorry, mate. I forgot about the Thursday night thing.
Yeah, I can ask for Walking Dead. Who did you play with last time? Oh, Fitz and Walking Dead, wasn't it?
Well, Fitz Walking Dead and Face is in, so
Who needs to fucking practice? Face, if you're watching
Yeah, he
this, you need to
does.
practice before you jump in with us, mate. You're gonna get slaughtered. Okay, that's fine.
I really apologise for that. I will do some of the Rotten Apples stream because it is so much fun. It's just like it's not the best game you've ever played, but it's just with friends. It's just amazingly good fun.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be like there's the Halloween stuff going on, so that's why I've been stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Would you like to talk about your Matterhorn experience?
Which part? I started
Of the
2 weeks ago.
reflection.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
2 weeks ago I already had one. That was my first video, right, on my new channel.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Then I did another one where we were going down the mountain. Then this one was trying to get the reflection of the lake of the mountain in the lake. Yeah. So, and then my
Annoying Japanese, Chinese people in the background.
there was a lot of people there, but the hidden kind of lake we went to was better. Like the main one, like it was completely full of tourists and it was impossible to do anything. So for the second one was really cool because we got a chance to take photos more and chill out for a bit, and yeah, it was good. It was good. And
What happened with Sherpa Tenzing?
my Sherpa decided that he had a voice, and he started talking back to me. Disobedient little
dare he?
Sherpa. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's only not even a 5-minute video. If you want to check that out, guys, it's on my other channel. And I also got a drone 2 days ago, a camera drone.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, right. Okay.
I put a video up about an hour ago. Now it's 3 hours ago. Just like because I was testing it out, so I put some test footage up on that channel as well. If you want to check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna be using the hell out of that for my channel. Really cool.
So what's happening in November?
Bonfire night.
Fuck off, you dick.
Oh yeah. Me and Mac have a romantic weekend booked. I am going to Mac's house for the first time. Yeah, Mac's
And
place.
he's getting tied up. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Right. Whatever you were saying.
Yeah, I'll tie myself up. Don't worry about that. I'll be around Mac's house, and we're going to go to where we're going. You need to fill in the gaps.
Bamber Cathedral, Bamber Castle, depending on the weather. Yeah, we're going to do some stuff.
Yeah, Tranquility. I've got the license. I've got a license. Yeah, we're going to like loads of places, and I'm going to bring all my camera gear, just everything. Get pump out a few more episodes. It's really fun. It's really fun. Especially like the way I did the first episode was great because like it was just me like fucking struggling, and I wasn't expecting it to be that hard because I did no high altitude training. I did nothing. I literally just got off the couch and go, yeah, let's go to the top of the not the Matterhorn, of that place, and then it was basically
3,500 feet above sea level.
It was 3,000 meters, yeah. And I wasn't expecting to do that trek. He said we'll go for some hikes and stuff, and he's a really experienced hiker. And it's like, oh, and when you look at it, it looks cool. But once you get closer, it's all sharp rocks and like all jagged cliffs, and you can fall off and stuff. It was
and there's a lack of oxygen.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah. But yeah, that's my other channel.
I've heard oxygen's really good for you.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Indie has another channel, and which is called.
Yeah, you should definitely go and have a look at it.
It's called Adventures with Indie. I'll share it in the chat if you guys are interested in a second. And Diego's he's a mountain boy. He's got experience of all this kind of stuff. So I am going to meet up with you one day, Diego, and you can put me through my paces. He mentioned something, Mac. We're going to go back to VR in a sec. That 3 Peaks hike or something.
Dude, I've done it.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I did it. I so if anybody doesn't know, my brother-in-law died of motor neuron disease a couple of years ago, and to support the charity, we did the 3 Peaks challenge in Yorkshire. So we did Whernside, Pennygent, and the other one I can't remember. It's 24 miles, and it is. I mean, you have to bear in mind, I was in the army for a long time, and then I was a firefighter for a long time, and that one day was the hardest physical thing I've ever done in my life. And the descent down to Whernside, I could see the pub, and it was 3 miles away. And that 3 miles seemed like a fucking eternity.
I bet as the best pint you ever had.
I was just like, give me a pint. And they were like, yes, here you go. I was like a fucking bulldog licking porridge out of a bucket, man. Fuck. It was, honest to God, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. So if you want to come to Yorkshire and do that as a travel vlog, I will do it again, and I will do it for motor neuron disease, but I will not be happy because it was literally the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I was fit when I did that.
Exactly,
And now I'm
Max.
just
Yeah.
fat.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just got off the couch. With regards to being that kind of altitude fitness, I wouldn't make it. I mean, I could do it, but it would be so, like, it'll be fucked. You'd need to camp there for at least a week.
No, I'll do it with you, mate. Like,
I'll have to train for it, like, properly.
Three Peaks challenge isn't a sort of like you when you went to the Matterhorn. It's not like that. It's just it's physically difficult because you're basically at ground level, and these peaks are like high, and you have to scramble to get to the top, and then it's like a 10-mile walk to get to the next one. Then you have to scramble. Then it's a 10-mile walk to the next one, which is the one side is the worst because when you're at the bottom of it, you can see the people at the top, but you have to go that way and then up. It's fucking horrendous. It was like physically horrendous. But if you want to do that next year, I will commit to doing it with you.
Okay.
I'd be up for it, but I'm gonna die. I know I'm gonna die.
Need to, yeah. Like, if we were to do it, Shuey, we'd have to do some proper training geared towards that.
Yeah,
like,
it's 24. It's 24 miles, which doesn't sound like very much.
No, I know
but
how
it's
much
like-
that is.
It's like there's a lot of flat. There's a lot of flat, but there's a lot of this. So
Yeah.
Oh, we could do it as like a sponsored. Every time you get to the top of a peak, you have to take a drink. No, that's not a good idea.
That doesn't sound like a good idea. I mean, that's only
We
three
wouldn't even
drinks.
You wouldn't. Oh my god. Yeah.
That's the Christmas podcast. We'll get to that soon.
Oh god. Yeah. Our Christmas podcast. Hold on. We're going to go back to VR now. I'm just going to check when the Christmas podcast is going to be. So, 23rd today, right?
Hold on, I have my
20th.
diary.
The 4th of December. And it'll be the 18th of December if we do it every 2 weeks from now. Because then the other Monday is going to be the 25th, which is Christmas
Right, okay,
Eve,
Christmas.
right?
Christmas podcast on the 8th. Right, so
good?
we doing the same thing?
You good with that, Shuey?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that, mate.
Yep.
I'm definitely not playing Vampire
No.
Survivors right now.
No bread buns.
I am 100% listening and taking part, but I am also playing Vampire Survivors.
No,
Oh
you
my
can't do that.
god.
I can. I'm proving that I can.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, on to
we
VR.
have to talk about. Right, so we've done the Matterhorn. Right, EGX, baby.
I
Yeah.
really
Wow.
regret not being there. Like,
Dude,
I know I went.
Oh my god.
It was like a once in a lifetime thing to go and
I know,
see
I
Blink
know.
for me, and like I'm still regretting it now. But yeah,
You didn't.
it is what it is.
So anybody that doesn't know, Shuey went to see Blink 182 on the weekend of EGX, and I totally understand that because I'm a massive Blink 182 fan, and I would have, if I'd have known, I'd have gone myself. But
Yeah,
I went down to EGX. I went down to Serge's house on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came on Thursday. Sorry. Come.
I fucking drove down 5.5 bastard hours stuck in bastard traffic to deliver the chair that he is sitting in right now.
Thank you,
Can you
Matt.
see it? Can you see how lovely it is?
It's a really
it
nice
does look
chair.
lovely.
And then, so I went to EGX on Friday, but Serge was working, so he couldn't go. But I met up with Clickster, Fun with the Clicks, and we had the best day ever because basically we were just like two kids set free because we had passes to the TikTok VIP lounge. And if you went to the TikTok VIP lounge, there was like a little sort of treasure hunt you could do. We had to get like this little book stamped. And if you got the little book stamped, you then went to the Nintendo stand, which was fucking enormous. They had
It was the whole bloody place, really.
it was like they had like 100 what's the Nintendo switches set up playing the new
Mario Wonder.
Mario Wonderland.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were a VIP wanker like we were, they actually had they had like 4 Mario Wonderland stands just set up for the VIP TikTok wankers, so you could just like play whenever you wanted.
Oh,
So-
that's fucking. Oh, I'm even. Ah,
You could
sorry.
play.
Are you
I
not?
really want to play that
We
game.
played for hours.
Oh, right. So we literally played for hours. Right. So on the Friday, me and Clickster played the game, and we had this lovely girl who was telling us what to do, and she was like, blah blah blah, and she was like, "Oh, are you TikTok VIPs?" We were like, "Yeah," because we had the little TikTok. I'll just go and get it.
All right, he's gonna rub it in that much more.
Yes. We had the little TikTok wanker wristbands, which incidentally cut your blood supply off if you tie them up too tightly. And she was like, "Oh, you TikTok VIPs?" We were like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, there's a little secret sort of treasure hunt you can do. You have to get,
I like treasure hunts.
you can get these 4 things stamped. So you have to play the game. So we got the stamp. You had to have your photograph taken with Mario and Luigi. Got that done. Then you had to go to the big Nintendo stand, which literally took up like a quarter of the fucking EGX. And we actually did this. We were like, we're TikTok VIPs. Can we just jump the line? They were like, "Yeah, come in, come in."
Fuck's
Take
sake.
Yeah, I know exactly right. So,
Yeah, check this out, Shuey.
should we?
Oh, for fuck!
Super
Yeah.
Mario Wonder
I'm
badge.
actually what?
And look, these have got
I'm
Mario,
considering
Peach.
just signing off right now.
everyone in the lanyard. Look, all
You're
of them
upsetting
together.
me.
That's
All
that's
of
me
them.
and Clickster getting one of our ticks done. We had such a great day. And then you had to go and have a photograph taken in the Mario sort of pipe. So what Clickster did was he did this. And then as they took the photograph, I jumped up as if I was being ejected out. And it's just the best photograph I've ever had taken ever. And they were like, "Oh, yes, stamp." And we went and we got the Mario plushie.
Hold on. Mario?
Yes. Yeah. Look, no, unfortunately, the
Luigi's blue.
the Yoshi
Luigi?
plushie doesn't look as
Yoshi.
good.
Jesus Christ.
Yoshi plushie doesn't look as good because unfortunately he's green, so he's like picking up my green screen. So on the Saturday we went and got another one.
It was a
Yeah,
good
this
trade.
is-
It was a good trade. Matt gave me the
This is
chair. I
great.
gave him my Yoshi plushie.
So
I want a Yoshi plushie.
And
what else?
also, hold on. And also, on a side note, there was a lady there. Like, people kept asking us. We got these exclusive Mario bags. I don't have mine
Oh,
anymore
yeah.
because I gave it to my brother and nephew and that all the Mario stuff.
Shit, oh no, here it is. Here it is. I've got
Show
it here.
show power on the
I've got it here.
back bag. There you go.
Oh, so Huey, are you ready?
Are you
The
fucking serious?
exclusive.
Oh, absolutely
The
fuck.
exclusive
And
terrible.
exclusive T-shirt. Flip it round.
Super Mario Brothers.
Flip it round. Show the whole thing.
Wonder. No, the T-shirt. I've actually the T-shirt.
No, the
has
back of
been-
the bag. The back of the bag. Turn the bag round.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go, Shuey.
Oh, I can't see that. It's all blue. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist.
It's Luigi and Yoshi and Mario and yeah. So this was exclusive to TikTok wankers. Right, carry on.
That'll teach me for doing things that I really want to do.
Yeah, so everyone was going, "Oh, where'd you get that bag from?" And some lady went up to me and she was like, "Where'd you get the bag from? It's my son's birthday and he really wants one." I was like, "Well, they're only for TikTok wankers, and you can try ask at that stall over there if you really want one. They might give you one." And then me and Mac walked off, and then Mac turned around, and then he went back there, and he gave a bag and the plushie to the kid whose birthday it was.
Oh, that's very cute.
is very
You got
cute, isn't
scammed
it?
the fuck out of that kid. Wasn't his birthday?
It wasn't even a kid.
No.
We said this afterwards. That fucker's going to appear on eBay within seconds.
Right. And then he walked off and she's like, "Thank you very much." I go, "Subscribe to his channel. It's Mac and BR." So I made sure she subscribed, Mac. Hopefully she's watching now.
You got scammed.
Yeah, I did. I got scammed, but I don't care because it made me feel good.
Yeah, I
That's
do
all the
love getting-
victims say.
Yeah.
Hello, Jimmy Savile. Oh, jewelry.
Oh,
Don't care,
Jesus
mate.
Christ. I said earlier we'd crossed the line. Maybe Maybe we've gone too far.
But no, it was really cool. We met Game on
Welsh
Scorpio,
gamer,
Welsh gamer, Scottish
Scottish
gamer,
gamer,
Clickster.
midlife,
Yeah.
Ham, Monkalicious was there again.
Oh, I do love that guy. That guy is
Oh my
fucking
God,
hilarious.
he's such a lovely person. We met Clicks, Dr. Hawk, Buck, John Hibbins was there, Callum was there, GT was there. It was just a fucking great weekend. So what happened was I was invited by Callum to present part of the VR spotlight at the end of on Saturday in front of a crowd of like literally 1,000 people. So I was like, he's like, here's your script. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll learn my script, blah, blah, blah. And then because at EGX, as you know, Shuey, and as you know, Indie, at 6 p.m. they say, fuck off, we're shut.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you can go to the sort of
After
far
hours,
left.
it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the
we
after
didn't
hours
go
bit.
last year, did we?
Yeah, you can kind of go left to the after hours stuff, and there was like a Mortal Kombat competition going on. All this sort of cosplay people are still there. And I thought that we were going to be on the little stage with a couple of chairs in front of us. Callum was like, oh no, we're in here behind this black curtain. I opened the black curtain. There's like 1,000 seats with this massive stage with all this lighting going on. And I was like, I learned my lines, but they appear to have left my head. And then like sort of Callum came over and he said, right, okay, I'm going to do a little speech and I'm going to introduce Mac. Mac's going to do his bit and he's going to watch some mixed reality stuff. Then he's going to reintroduce me. And then GT's coming on to do some VR stuff. And then Doc Ock and Buck were going to come on and do some more sort of multiplayer stuff. And then Callum would come back on. So we were behind the scenes and Callum came on and he went, fucking hell, it's full. And my ass went, and I looked out and I was like, I was really confident up to that point. And then I saw all those people and I was like, fuck. Now, bearing in mind, Clickster, John Hibbins, Welsh Gamer, Scottish Gamer, Midlife, Scorpio, Ham, they were all sat in the front row looking at us. So all the people you know that you can actually see. So I was talking to Costa, who was the
Tin Hearts
developer who did the final bit of King's Hearts. I was talking away to him, and I heard Mac in VR, and I looked, and Callum was like looking at me, going, "Mac."
It's you, buddy.
And I literally grabbed the mic as I was running past, like ran onto the stage and was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" My heart has stopped and I can't breathe. So I managed to do my little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, so let's look at the mixed reality stuff." Blah, and they got the cue. So what happened then was, you're supposed to watch the part that you were doing, and then Callum said, when the lights come back on, that's your cue to go back on and say, hey, that was a mixed reality bit, hand over to Callum. So I was sitting there watching it, and the lights came on. I was like, oh, okay, that was short. But so I went back on, I said, and that was the mixed reality. And then the lights went back down, and another fucking trailer came on. I was like, okay, there's more mixed reality.
Oh,
Backed
mate.
off the stage.
and I recorded it. I've recorded it. The only
That's
thing
set as Indie's background.
the only
now.
thing I didn't know, I fucked up. I saw my battery level and I was like, it can't be more than half an hour. And I've got it till right towards the end. But like Buck was doing a speech with Doc, I think.
Yeah.
Was it Doc Oak?
Yeah, it was Doc.
Yeah,
Ock,
yeah. And then my battery died and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, yeah. But I've got most of it. And I've got Max Bit for sure. So you can watch that.
It was great. Honestly, it's like, so like I said, I've been in the army for a long time, and I was a firefighter for a long time, and I'm not afraid of standing up in front of people, but I walked out onto that stage and my fucking arse dropped out properly because honestly, dude, there were so many people there. There was like 1,000 people there watching me, and I was like, hey, shit. Fuck, there's a lot of you. I think I actually did say that at one point. I did actually say
that's amazing.
So, yeah, it was an incredible experience. I thank Callum so much for letting me do that. I handed over to Callum, who handed over to Gamertag. So I'm like, that's amazing. And Gamertag handed over to Doc Ock and Buck, which was amazing. Buck and Doc Ock realized they was doing like a dual sort of presentation, but they were stood so far apart they couldn't actually hear each other. So yeah, so Buck was like, hey, we're such and such, and now we're going to do this. And looked at Doc Ock and he was like, can't fucking hear what you said. So they just kind of winged it. But apparently it worked. So yeah, it was amazing. It was I posted on my social medias that like a year ago I was a firefighter, and now I'm presenting the mixed reality part of the EGX VR Spotlight and how your life can change. And it was
that's so fucking cool, man.
Honestly, you can't describe it. You can't describe it. I'm so pleased that Callum invited me up on stage. He probably won't invite me again.
No, he did. You did. You did fine, mate. Yeah, but even after when we came back, you didn't tell me that you thought you did shit, and then I put the footage on, and you didn't realize I had it, and then you were like, "Oh, actually, it wasn't that bad." So
it wasn't that bad. No, yeah. in my head, in my head, when I handed the mic over to Buck, I was like, "Fuck, that was awful," but when Indy showed me the footage back, it was like I just improvised and it just worked. It worked out okay. So, yeah, I ran on stage like, yes! And everybody was like, who the fuck's this? And I was like, I'm and everybody went, yeah! And I was like, yes! Fucking brilliant! It was, it's one of the best experiences of my life. Honestly, all the things I've done in my life, that is like up in there in the top 10. It was,
you know what I was saying earlier about like feeling jealous of people? This is definitely one of those times for me.
Dude, you should have been there, man. It was amazing. I understand why you weren't there, but yeah,
I didn't even know that was happening. Honestly, I would have cancelled Blink to go and do that if I knew that was happening.
We were told not to tell anybody.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So but yeah,
I understand, I guess.
You got the footage, Max. Stick it up in one of your videos.
Next time, I'm going to learn my fucking lines before I go up on stage, because I was like, I've learned my lines. I didn't learn my lines. I should have spent at least a week learning my lines, because I was just like,
I did ask you, Mac, I did say to you, are you going to write the lines? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I was like, is he really good? And you really did. It seemed like you were good with your lines, because like you're really confident. I was like, oh, that's all right then. I was going to offer to go through them or something with you.
Oh, dude, no. What? Like, so this is really weird. So I did go through my lines. So I had like the bullet points. So I had to mention mixed reality. I had to mention having a sword fight. I had to mention a zombie invasion. Then I had to mention something else. And I was like, yeah, I've got it. It's absolutely fine. Like, blah, blah, blah. Lights go down. Lights come on. This was the mixed reality stuff. And now I'm going to hand you back to Callum. As soon as I stepped out on stage, my mind went, hi, I'm Mac in VR, and I've got no fucking idea what I'm supposed to be talking about. My mind just went blank, but luckily I had those bullet points. So, yeah, it was... Oh, you actually sent me the footage, didn't you? I haven't actually watched it
Yeah, you need to unzip it. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They did say EGX, they live streamed it, and they said, people were saying to me, oh, they're going to put it up anyway, the VOD. That was another reason I didn't switch batteries. I was like, all right, cool, they're going to have it on there, but they haven't fucking put it up, so I could have filmed the whole thing. But I got most of it. If anyone is interested, Mac, you can post it. I mean,
I might put it up on my channel as a short, but
it's just the copyright strikes of all the fucking trailers that I'm worried about.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like I posted on Twitter and Facebook that it's amazing how your life changes. I mean, I'm a tiny VR content creator, and I don't think my channel is particularly big or particularly influential, especially when you're like standing next to Gamertag. And I think the problem with Gamertag is he's such a big, intimidating guy. But if you've met him, he's just a wonderful, beautiful human being. He's just so
100%.
nice. He's like that big cuddly cousin that you want. And we were actually sat backstage, and we were talking about this is really weird. We were talking about how you feel this imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I don't know why I'm here. And he said to me, I don't know why I'm here. And I was like, well, you're here because you're Gamertag. And he was like, I know, but I've only got 50,000 subs. And I'm like, well, I've only got 15,000 subs. He's like, yeah, I know, but
All right, it's not competition.
No, yeah, no, it's so this is what I want to point out. It doesn't matter how big, right? So a year ago, I had a conversation with Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis, and we had exactly the same conversation with Gamertag that I had. And he has this imposter syndrome. Like, this is Mike, right? You know, the coolest guy in VR, you know, Mr. sort of smooth, Mr. organized. And he has this imposter syndrome. And then Gamertag has imposter syndrome. I have imposter syndrome because I don't, you don't believe that you should, like, you don't believe that people should take you seriously. So it's not, it doesn't matter how big your channel is, you still suffer from this problem. And it probably is the same in any job that you do, in any sort of walk of life that you do, is that you think, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, fuck, should I be here doing this? And Gamertag said something really amazing to me. And he was just like, do you feel comfortable doing what you're doing? And I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, that's it. I was like, oh, cheers, mate. Sorted.
He's a good old boy, isn't he?
Oh, he's such a big, imposing person, but he's such a nice fella at the same time. So he just, he gave me a hug and I gave him a hug, and I was like, but then we hugged Welsh Gamer, we hugged Scottish Gamer, we hugged Midlife Crisis Man, we hugged Scorpio, we hugged Ham. There's a lot of hugs going on that weekend. So unfortunately, you missed out on the hugs.
I do love a good hug.
I did shake hands with everyone and say bye. Then I think it was Buck. He said hugged everyone to say bye, and I was like, all right. Then I went back round and hugged everyone.
Yeah, you have to hug everybody.
Yeah, it's a very huggy community on the whole, I think.
There's
which I'm a big fan of.
The best picture of the night was when, after we'd done the VR spotlight, John Hibbins said, get everybody up on stage. Now, if you've never met John, he's like, I don't know, he's like the CEO of SciTech, I think.
He's the godfather of VR.
He's the godfather of VR, but he's one of these people who can just bring people together. And he was like, get everybody up on stage. So everybody, like Welsh Gamer, Scottish Gamer, Ham, Midlife, Scorpio, Clicks, everybody got on stage. Monkalicious, and there was like about 20 of us. And we got this amazing photograph, like Doc Ock, Buck, me, GT, and all these other people. It's just one of those things that'll stick in my mind. If I die tomorrow, then that picture is going to be on my funeral cortege, because it was one of the, like, that Saturday night was one of the best days of my life. And, I've done a lot of shit in my life. I've been everywhere. I've seen everything. I've done a lot of stuff, and that Saturday night, and I'm pleased that Indy was part of that as well, because obviously he's a good friend of mine. It was amazing. And that's why I go to EGX. Don't go to EGX for the VR stuff, because there was like 4 people there with VR stuff. I just go to meet the
there was a lot more last year, right?
There was. Fast Travel Games. But that's actually EGX's organizer's fault. So I go to EGX to meet my friends and people I haven't met before. And that EGX was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you, Indie, for putting up with me.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great meeting everyone for the first time. I think out of all of them, the only one I'd ever met was Clickster. Yeah. And Clueless, I met Clueless as well.
Clueless Dad Game was there.
Clueless showed up.
Clueless Dad Game was there. Because Clickster suddenly stood up and he was like, big hugs. I was like, who's this? He's like, it's Clueless. I was like, ah. Clueless was there. It was amazing. It was an amazing weekend. TikTok wankers are the best because the coffee was amazing. The coffee was amazing. They had a barista who was good. So the coffee.
Then we met. Then we just went home. Then we met that girl on the train. Do you remember her? She was earwigging on our conversation, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that is true." And then we started chatting to her. Do you remember about the protein bars or something?
She was a. Oh, what was she? She was
like a marketing or something like that.
Marketing girl, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the shit that we'd just been through with TikTok. And she was like, "Oh, you're so true." Oh, I'll tell you what it was. It was the sugar content.
Yeah.
The bars you were.
When I was saying it does.
Yeah.
When I was saying it doesn't matter if there's no sugar, it still raises your blood sugar the same. And then she just stopped. Like she was just sitting there like a random person, wasn't she? And she just started chatting to us.
Yeah, she's like this little young. I mean, she was really young, wasn't she? She's only about 20 years old. And she just like burst into our conversation. We were like, "Oh, hello." Yeah, so it's a great weekend. If you get a chance to go to EGX, you have to go. You have to go because it's not about the VR. It's just about meeting people. Me and Clicks had the best Friday I've ever had in my life, and then Saturday was just unbelievable. It's just it was great. Just wow. Sorry.
Gushing.
Yeah, so that was really
gushing, yes.
Yeah. What else are we talking about, guys?
I think that's all we had on the list.
Can I talk about my upgrade?
Yes, that was the other thing. Yes.
Okay, so off the back of my Pico money, so if anybody doesn't know, myself and Power On had a contract with Pico to stream on their video platform, and the money was pretty good. So I saved my money up and I bought a Asus Republic of Gamers Strix 4080 OC off the back of that. It's like a fucking suitcase, mind. It's in my PC case. I mean, it like literally is like pressing up against one of my filters. It's so massive. And I didn't think it would make that much of a difference to my gaming experience. I had a 2080 Ti before that, and it would run Half-Life Alyx on like high, and virtual desktop. It was pretty good. So I'm doing a virtual desktop video, which is going to be out in the next couple of days or so. So I've been pushing. So I did some stuff with the 2080 Ti just to sort of show what a normal graphics card can do. And then I decided to like push the 4080 to its max using virtual desktop. I have not been this excited about virtual reality since I played Lone Echo on my Rift back in 2016.
Yeah, you were saying, yeah.
So virtual desktop on Godlike, because I've got a 4080, using the AV1 10-bit codec with a Wi-Fi 6E router is unbelievable. I played Half-Life Alyx so many times. I love Half-Life Alyx. I'm playing it again because it is It's just unbelievable. You know, like when the first time you pick up a can or one of the sort of little things that are sitting around, like all the things that you can pick up in Half-Life Alyx. And the first time I picked up a can using that system, I was like, oh my God, the detail. So I threw it away and I picked up one of the little sort of, it's like desiccated water flavor nutrition packs.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. So
how long's the half-life on them?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
like 9,000 years or something.
It's like, please consume within 9,000 years. And then you do the thing where you're talking to Eli. Oh, we've got the whatever it is, the power supply. And then you go downstairs and then you do the thing where you go through the door and the strider comes in, boom, 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 and goes away. And then you go into the little room afterwards and you can like sprinkle the food for the little grub thing. Right. So if you don't know about this, on the far left shelf, right at the top, there's a photograph. Right. So if you pick the photograph up, it's Dog when he was first made. So he's just like a little tiny robot with obviously Dog's face. So I was holding this photograph and I turned it to the light and it has fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you turn to the back and you just like, the detail is unbelievable. So I knew that photograph was there and I picked it up before and I'd gone, oh, it's Dog. Yeah, that's great. Put it down. When I did it with the 480 using virtual desktop on Godlike with all the Wi-Fi 6E, blah, 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 I actually stood there for like a minute going, fuck off. Nobody spent that amount of time modeling that photograph. They can't have, but somebody did. So there's literally a fingerprint on the photograph. Like
I'd love to see whose fingerprint that is. If it's
Oh,
a real fingerprint.
It's probably Eli or what's his name? Russell.
No,
But
I mean if they're like whether it was modelled after
genuine
someone's real fingerprint, yeah. Because it'll be one of the devs.
If you put the commentary on, it'll probably tell you.
Yeah.
But I like that level of detail. So later on, when I was playing, because I decided to play on, there's that bit where you go into you can't go down this corridor because it's too dark. So you have to go and get the flashlight from the sewer.
Yeah.
And there's like the zombie hanging with the flashlight on. You have to walk up to the zombie, take this flashlight, put it on your hand. And then if you hold your gun, it kind of, illuminates. I have this is VR, right? So I've played a lot of flat screen games that didn't look as good as that did. It was so much better than I ever expected. Like the fidelity, the way the light was shining, when the little horrible acid fucking creepy things came up and you shot them with the shotgun. It blew my mind. So this isn't an advert for a 4080 and Wi-Fi 6E. This is an advert for virtual desktop. Like, Guy Godin is a fucking genius. I don't know him personally. I have had contact with him and talked to him quite often on Twitter. But what he's done with virtual desktop is unbelievable. So what I did was I reinstalled my 2080 Ti into my PC and then put it on Godlike and then played on my 2080 Ti. And it was almost as good. It was almost as good as my 4080 because of what he's managed to do with that little bit of tech that magic virtual desktop stuff that he does. It's crazy.
I really need to go and revisit some of the settings within virtual desktop.
Oh
yeah.
Well, I've got a video coming out in the next couple of days.
Well, then I will use that video.
I'll have a look at the whatever it is 4090 next month when I come round on the Pico 4.
He won't touch it with anything else.
Make sure that headset
was
is not in the Mac cave when I step foot in there. Okay.
How are you getting up there, Serge?
I'll probably just jump on a train, to be honest.
Okay. And say if you were driving, you could swing past, and I would have given you the
Hand job.
Pimax to take up there as well.
Oh yeah, that's yours now anyway, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had to give it back.
No, it's mine.
Oh my god! I've got a sim rig there which is crying out for a Pimax.
Well, if I'll see if I can come up. If I can come up, if the van's back by then and everything's good, then maybe I'll come up for the day and I'll bring it up with me so that you can have some play.
That's going to spoil Indy's travel vlog because we're just going to spend the rest of the day in the man cave.
I'll just fuck off out on my own. Don't worry about me. I'll make friends. Don't worry. I'll get a new band of Sherpas in. Don't you worry.
Dude, people in Durham are the most friendliest people you could ever meet in the whole world. You could literally go and stand out on the road and people are like, hello, how are you? Because you're exotic, don't forget. Because most of us are just...
Oh, no, that... Does that work in his favour or against him in such a small...
No, it works in his favour.
Are you local?
Girls will be like, hello, you're not from round here, are you?
Possibly. Who knows, Mac? I haven't been to your little hillbilly town yet, so it'll be an experience.
Fucking hillbilly town. At least I don't have somebody outside singing fucking Michael Jackson songs constantly.
He's going to be a millionaire with that voice one day. You wait and see. No, it'll
He'll
be
be
cool.
on Britain's Got No Talent.
Yeah. No, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to go into a small little town where everyone knows each other and shit. Because I think once I've been in a town like that years ago, and I was so young I can't remember. But this is going to be like, so whatever I do is going to come back to you, right? So I could just do some crazy shit, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's Mac and VR's friend."
Yes, I'm sure they know him as Mac in VR.
Oh
They
yeah.
all totally understand what VR is.
It's a small town. They should know what you do, Mac. No, but like,
Oh my god. I've totally neglected my chat. Oh my god, I've totally neglected
Yeah.
my chat.
we've been going on for quite
Sorry,
a while
guys.
now,
Yeah,
so
I know. Sorry, guys.
we should really wrap it up.
Right, so is there anything else that anybody wants to talk about VR related? Anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're I'm actually looking forward to Vertigo 2 on PSVR 2.
Which is delayed, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Till
Yeah.
the-
Supposed to
yeah.
be out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I know that'll
Um,
be a solid game. I don't have to worry about fucking spending my money on that game.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
looking forward to Assassin's Creed Nexus. I think
Yeah.
they've done that looks really good. Arashi's Castle.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, that's the samurai simulator. It looks really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
definitely
know
on
what
that.
you're
I'm
talking about.
definitely on that.
November. Vampire Masquerade as well.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Yeah, so it's my god, I'm so excited for VR at the moment. It's just yeah. My love of VR has been reinvigorated. Sorry, I have to do a bit of self-promotion here.
What's the cell?
Self-promotion. Self-promotion. Right, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
you will know, right? So Shuey will know who one is, right? So back in the far future, back in the far past, in June, there was a Pico video streaming contest. And I was told that I didn't have to win it to get my contract, but I would get my contract after July, obviously August, September. So I actually won by a considerable margin because I thought, no, I'm fucking winning this. So I streamed quite a lot in July, got some good numbers, and I won the competition to get a Pico 4 headset. So one contacted me and said, shipping is difficult from China. Can you buy the headset and I will reimburse you?
Which always sounds sketchy, doesn't it?
Which always sounds sketchy, but I have been told that when she sends me the purchase order this month, this is going to be included in it, and I have put it on my receipt for the month. So yeah, so personal promotion. I will be giving this Pico 4 headset away. It's 120 gig Pico 4 headset. I'll be giving it away at the end of November to my channel members. So if you are a channel member, you have a chance of winning this. It's going to be just a spin to win, so you don't have to do anything particularly incredible. You just have to be a channel member. So yeah, join my channel membership and you might win this. Plus as well, there's going to be like 4 gift card giveaways in the meantime as well. So sorry to have to sort of promote myself, but yeah, you can win this. Nice Christmas for you.
Happy days.
Nice.
Everyone likes free shit.
Yeah. Join Mac and VR's channel membership for a chance to win the Pico 4 and 4 gift vouchers and a signed. Also, Mac's also gonna do a signed underwear that he's worn as well. I think that'd be a great giveaway for my channel.
You could send them that failed calendar you tried to make, Mac.
Yeah, the Mac calendar.
It's just Mac in different states of undress.
No, it's not. Right, so I have a channel membership, but also my friends Indie and Power On also have channel memberships. So you can join all of our channel memberships. And
only if you can afford it, people. Do not put yourselves out.
No, do not put Sauce, we're talking to you, my friend.
Yes. I've had to have words with certain people that have I don't get me wrong, I love you all for it, but real life comes first, people. Look after yourselves.
It does come first.
Nothing comes before the Pico 4.
No, I'm in a very lucky position. I actually won this. So I just want to give it away because, you know, I just want to give back to my community. Same as Indy wants to give back to his community with all his Game Key giveaways. Same as Shuey wants to give back to his community with all his Game Key giveaways. We just love you all. And the weird thing is, all our communities are, like, as we've grown, our communities are all, like, integrated, aren't they?
Incest.
Yeah, it's all pretty intertwined.
It is. It's like we've got everybody that's on my community is on Indy's community. Everybody that's on Indy's community is on Power On's community. So we're all like a massive family, which makes it so nice when we went down to EGX to actually meet some of the people who are in our community. I've met Weeble. I still want to meet Fitz. I just want to come down to your house, Fitz, and meet you. I want to meet.
That sounded a little sketchy. I just want to come to your house,
suck your toes.
Actually, I want to come to Fitz's house and rob him because he's obviously like Lord Fitz of Fitz Manor. I'd love to go and meet Tassos in Greece. It's, he's just such a lovely guy. So the community is amazing, and obviously like Cole, Classy, El Diego, Mo Beast, Cole. Yeah, I've said Cole again. But like everybody that comments on our videos, and they're all in our chats right now. It's just like we should have a Rekin Krew fest.
I'm 100% up for that. That'd be sick.
Rekin Krew fest. Like,
what's that?
It needs a better name than that. But yeah, I'm 100% up for that.
Rekin Krew fest. Well, I was going to say Mac Fest, but that seems really introverted.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound like you're completely up yourself.
Yeah.
Rekin Krew.
So what are you talking about? Everyone meets up? Or is that a meet up?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, like in sort of somewhere central where we just all get together and like hire a hall.
Somewhere central in the middle of the Northern Sea or the Pacific.
Yeah, I know. That's part of the problem because a lot of our people are like in the US and stuff like that. But no, like a Rekin Krew fest in
central London. That's the halfway for you both.
Yeah. It's the easiest place to get to. Right, so
okay. Are we done with everything today?
Yeah, I've crossed everything off on my list.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. Cool. Right. Thank you everyone for watching. We've talked about all kinds of stuff. We've gone off topic here and there, but it's all kind
You
of
should
VR.
take that by now, and if you don't, you haven't been watching long enough.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. If you don't like it,
So
right?
yeah, subscribe to Indy's new channel because it's really good fun, especially the bit where he's walking up towards the Matterhorn and breathing out of his ass. That's just like I've got that on my phone.
Mac has seen the version that didn't quite make it to YouTube. It was too long, so I had to edit it out. But I'll do a video of all the outtakes over the maybe after a year. So yeah.
Oh yeah, can I just say as well? I'm going to do a roast of everybody's VR setups. So there is a link on my Discord channel. Post a picture. The roast video is coming within the next couple of weeks. So I want to see pictures of your videos, your VR setups, and I'm just going to sit there and roast the fuck out of you. So,
nice, fun. Very nice. All right,
it's a very nice.
Yes, thank you everyone for watching.
Nice.
I have been IndieVR.
I've been Power on VR.
Damn it!
One at a time. No. Yeah, so cheers guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the channels, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Cool. Cheers for joining, guys.
Cheers,
Appreciate
lads.
it.
Thank you very much.
Later, people.
Silver Tongue Devil's here.
Yeah. Hey,
you finally made it.
Bye. See you later, guys.
See you later.